Hey guys, have you ever gone snow wheeling with a duece? I've wheeled with a lot of different rigs, but never something like this.
Hey guys, this is Wayne. He's got probably the most awesome overland vehicle I've met, and he's got some cool stuff done to it. I've already looked at it, but he's going to go through and explain some stuff.
Okay, well, we'll have to go around to the front because that's the main part of the truck. It started off life in Penhold in 1955 and then went to Calgary in 79 and then went to the private sector in 82. And it was used around the air base in Penhold, and there's some writing on the tailgate because it used to pull the ambulance out all the time, and it says attached stuck white knights here, and that's all original from when it was at the air base. And then what I've done to it is they only came with a 5-liter 6-cylinder gas engine, so I transplanted a 07 Duramax into it with the Allison transmission, transfer case. So upgraded to diesel that has more cruisability, better economy.
Get a shot in there if you can.
Which had to do a few more modifications, change it all to 12 volt from 24 volt. Move this out forwards to accommodate the radiators and intercooler, because this is normally flush with the grill there. And then you have your regular 95, and then underneath a 17.5 winch.
Do these work? Are those those
Yep.
whatever you call them, that they use for after and
They're
that?
for the night driving.
Yeah.
So you're in wartime.
Yeah.
That only have a little tiny speck of a light coming out of there. But I've just modified them so they have the truck's yellow bulbs in for signals as well.
Oh, cool.
As well as the Jeep headlights,
Yeah.
which have the halo that is white for a running light and then changes to amber for signal as well. 6-inch grain auger, cut down to mount a K&N filter on. Volkswagen parts for the washer fluid tank, and then there's several mods to the charge air pipes I had to make up because all this lot's stacked closer. So I had to make this pipe and all the one on the other side as well. The air horns, they're original, they work. Wipers were air, had to change them up to modified from the 07 Duramax truck.
So they're no longer air, or you had
No
to
longer air.
That's
The
cool.
wiper motor sits up on top of the roof, and then
Okay.
just change the cranks around, shorten the arms, so that all fits. And then an X semi stack.
Yep.
Have your 3,500 watt generator just in case. And you can't see very well underneath, but where the transfer case is, because the transmission and transfer case, so I had to move all that lot back 13.5 inches underneath. And on this one you have 2 rear drive shafts, one for each axle, which Lance at Extreme Drive Line was good enough to chop and cut and make for me.
That's cool.
And then trying to find tires, that's always a pain to get something that's period correct.
I suppose.
And the brakes, they were all upgraded to the hydro boosted brakes that the Duramax had because they came with air over hydraulic,
Mm-hmm.
and they didn't work very good. If you make something go faster, you need to be able to stop. And then I spent a couple of months of 2021 just making my home built camper. which I built out of 4x6s, 2x12s, and 2x6s, and 1/2-inch ply sheets on the outside. Okay, so in here we have the basic camper made up of 4x6s, 2x12s, 2x6s floor, and all the stuff was taken out of 78 truck camper. So you have your basic range, gravity furnace, so you don't need any electricity, 3-way fridge, and then underneath the sink and stuff we have a 60-liter water tank. And if I want to just run with the electric, I can run a fireplace hidden under the table there. And then for showers, just have a hot water on demand with a shower head. All the dangly pots and pans, they tend to rub a little here and there on some of these roads, but the deck I made up this winter, because the last 2 summers I've been running on just the tailgate, and 11 inches of deck is not enough, so I just built that, put some bracing on there. A lot of stuff on this is all repurposed old stuff, just because that's that braces, all the angle, that keeps that good. Spare tire that's held up by the winch, and another 3 5,000-pound straps. And then what I should have put on yesterday would have been
Chains?
Chains. So we have all the harness and everything that was in the truck, because it was a crew cab long box. So the main harness ran from the front all the way to the back.
Oh, cool.
So I just took all the original harness out and put in the 07 stuff, along with all the 4x switches for high-low range, headlights, instrument cluster, heater box, chopped and stacked on top of itself so that it takes up less room. And then up there we have the 10-inch screen, and that does the 360 cameras. Camera on the side, camera on the front, and the camera in the back. That slip tank just comes down so you can put an arm in, and that has a winch on it, and then you can pick a spare tire up to put on the roof. And this was just made out of an old tire changing machine, and that's the turntable gearbox. There's inverters in the back. There's a 600-watt inverter in here as well. So while I'm driving, I can have the fridge plugged into 110, and then keep everything frozen.
Yep.
Seats are out of a Volkswagen Jetta, so you got some adjustability to them and comfort.
Yeah, that's cool too.
You gotta have your period correct fuel can.
Yes.
I have another one at home that's red for the diesel if I wanted it. For steering, it's got double shocks off of a F450. Because these things, the angle of the kingpins isn't great, so there's no caster angle. So if you hit a bump, they just want to do the death wobble from hell. And then this arm here, I had to cut the original arm, cut the Duramax arm, and then weld them together. And then adjusting it bulletproof made me up the heim joint shaft. So it has power steering as well now, instead of
manual.
5 turns from one way to the other.
That looks like a sway bar. Is that like a geared sway
No, that's
bar?
your shock absorber.
Oh, is that your shock absorber? Oh, that's cool.
Because of the radius of the
Yeah.
steering arm, you can't get a shock in there. Because normally the steering box is back under here.
Wow.
So I have to move that to the front and extend some hydraulic lines. Modify the brake booster mount, beef up the firewall, extend the brake pedal.
That's neat.
A good 1,200 hours flapping around. And her name is Betty. And then just in case anyone gets in the way,
Wow.
you have a good horn to let them know.
Yeah.
And that's about it.
This is the ultimate zombie apocalypse Overlander. Wayne has gone through it and made it a modern and reliable Restomod. It's unfortunate that he came for a run but had some overheating issues, so he didn't do the whole trail. But it was still a sight to see rolling behind me. I can't wait till next time we meet Wayne and Betty again on the trail.